Once again, you already know what it is, and you already know where you have reached the #1 collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere in the world. That's no hyperbole, y'all. That's the truth. To my immediate left, your right, is the one and only Conrad Cushman, representing everything pro wrestling. My name is Sean Hubbard, representing Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, and we collectively are Clash of the Podcast, or as some like to call us, Clash of the By God Podcast. We are really fired up for another big top episode to rock and roll with you guys here tonight. It is October 7th, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, this year is flying by. It is October 7th as I check my phone, and we're ready to rock and roll with you guys. Like I said, really fired up about everything that happened over the weekend. Bad Blood was not too bad, left a little bit to be desired, but for a 5-match pay-per-view, they did come fairly correct. Got a lot to talk about as it relates to AEW, a big week coming up for them. A lot of rumors, a lot of stuff in the rumor mill about AEW, what could come down the pike at WrestleDream. All that and more coming up next right here on the newest edition of Clash of the Podcast. Conrad, do me a favor, my brother. Drop that thing.
Everybody, thank you for joining us. 6:05, we were on time today, hidden from the superstation, if you will. I got to give a big shout out to the 2 super chats that we got first. Also, big shout out to Tom Collihu. He definitely sent a raid over to us via YouTube. So I thank you and I appreciate you. I know you go live right before us, so thank you so much for that, man. Very, very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let us get into our shouts. Ray Thompson, first one in the house. He's got the $2 super chat. Ray, I thank you so much, my brother. I'll see if you have a comment in here. And Tom, you're a gentleman and a scholar. Appreciate you. Going back into it, Joel, $2 super chat. He said, "Happy Monday. Will we see Shane O'Mac on Saturday?"
Maybe.
Ooh, that tone sounds different than a couple weeks ago.
My tone is the same. I never said it was a good idea. I've always been consistent about that.
You know what that means?
That didn't mean I didn't think it was going to happen.
We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with a lot of this stuff as well. Thank you, everyone. If you want to help us out for free before we get into the rest of the viewers in here, do us a favor. Number 1, hit like. Very simple, very easy. Tells more people you like it, puts it in another wrestling fan's algorithm. They get to hear us, get to hear our opinions. I think we're controversial sometimes. We're definitely not the norm. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong part of the business.
We're certainly not in the butt-kissing category. We tell the truth around here.
Sorry,
I wasn't even trying to go there, man.
I haven't done it in a while. Sorry. That happens from time to time. But hit that like button. Definitely go over and check out Hubs. I'm going to put it in the chat. It's also in the description box. I've been putting them in the Dynamite ones too. So tomorrow in Dynamite, if you look in the description box, if you happen to forget, Hubs link's going to be in there as well. Make sure you guys go give him a subscribe too, because we do work on his channel often as well, so make sure you guys are over there. 5-star reviews if you're listening on the audio versions, it's appreciated. If you've done one on Spotify, go put up like Podchaser and leave us a 5-star review. Helps in there as well.
Absolutely.
Apple Podcast is greatly appreciated. I could always use more in there. So just show us some love. And other than that, comment, get in the chat, talk with us. We read comments out loud as best we can. Let's get into this. Clown says, "Afternoon, everyone." So let me see if I understand. Instead of a women's mid-card title, we got a Saudi title. We're going to get into this, I promise you, Clown. We got a Saudi title that will probably end up sitting next to Braun's green title and the threat of Goldberg versus Gunther. Yes, more on that momentarily. Sean, I'll let you take over some of these.
Ray Thompson in the building. Always a pleasure to see you on Facebook, Ray, and a pleasure, obviously, to have you here. Shout out to you and your family. He says, hey, happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We hope the same for you, Ray. Ray Thompson goes on to say, can we all appreciate the great week of professional wrestling we got? Last monster standing match, SmackDown ladder match, Ricochet versus Ospreay, Okada versus Danielson, and a 5-star classic, Hell in a Cell, all in the same week. I would say that I'm probably 95% in agreement with you, Ray. Pretty good stuff. The only Vinny we like, that's a fact. That continues to be the case. I'm back. Happy Monday, and God bless. God bless you too, Vinny. We appreciate you. Ray goes on to say, I give Bad Blood a B overall, a B grade, that is. It was a good show, but one of WWE's weaker shows of the... Wait, let me read that again. I give Bad Blood a B overall. It was a good show, but one of WWE's weaker shows of the year. So I guess what Ray is saying is that other shows in WWE have been A's? I guess that's the only thing I could come up with.
He thinks that this is a weaker one, but this one was still good.
Interesting take. Okay. Quilly, what up, Quills? We appreciate you, bro. He says, what's up, Conrad, Sean, and your chat? Your boy Quills, your boy Sir Quills, is fresh off work to enjoy two of my favorite bros, CJ and Hubbs, for episode 110 of the best wrestling podcast today, Clash of the By God podcast, hashtag EPW, hashtag HWW. Quilly, we appreciate you greatly. Quilly continues by saying WWE Bad Blood was a soft 7 out of 10. The actual main event, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, was obviously the best match on the show. I would agree with that. Other than that, the main enjoyable sights for me was Bianca, Jade, and Naomi. I would agree with that as well. And also the Rhea versus Liv match was halfway decent as well, in my opinion. Sir Quills continues saying, to put more emphasis on this and to put a twist on Hub's crap sandwich on delicious bread analogy, thank you very much, I'll call this PLE an open-faced crap sandwich with only one slice of delicious bread, Punk and McIntyre. First of all, you worked my analogy greatly and very articulately, and I would almost agree. Like I said, with the exception of maybe I think Liv and Rhea was halfway decent, it was a crap sandwich with only one piece of bread. Very well done, Quilly.
Excellent. I was going to reference that later on as well.
Yeah. M, Leezy, Fo, Sheezy. And by the way, I want to give Matt Lopez, in case anybody doesn't know who M, Leezy, Fo, Sheezy is, Matt Lopez is who we're talking about, our good friend in the building. He says, hello, good evening. Hope everyone had a blessed weekend. And let's kick this week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. M, Leezy, we appreciate you, man. And he says, I still believe in the Mets. I believe as well. Quick 30 seconds or less. I felt like game 2 was winnable, but you got to understand the Phillies are not going to lay down. We went to Philadelphia with dreams of having a split. We accomplished that. Now we're going home to play 2 at home. Let's take care of business. The Mets are feeling good. I'm feeling good. I am not discouraged, Conrad, about that very heartbreaking loss last night. We went to Philly for a split, and we got it.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's a series. That's the key in baseball. It's always a series.
Absolutely.
Never over until they say you won all the games.
Oh, and oh my God, I can't even go. Conrad, you deserve this. You deserve this. Conrad is admittedly not a baseball fanatic. He's a baseball guy. I'm not going to say he's not a baseball guy, but he's not a baseball guy like me. Just like I'm not a football guy like him. I like football. He loves football. He likes baseball. I love baseball. But Conrad Cushman, when the Mets we were on the air on Thursday night when the Mets were playing the Brewers in Game 3, an elimination game to move on to play the Phillies. And the Mets were down 2-0 in the 8th. And before we signed off the show, and then as we were finishing our post-production, just talking about what we were going to do on Clash the following week, Conrad says, don't be surprised if somebody you don't expect hits a home run and sends you guys to the next round. Ladies and gentlemen, I know M. Leezy knows. For those of you that don't know, Pete Alonso was hitting 122 in the last 2 months. 122. Pete Alonso hits probably the most historic home run in Mets history, at least in the last 25 years, and sends us to the next round. Conrad Nostradamus Cushman in the building.
Hit that Nas song for me. Nasty Nas to Esco. Remember that video? Just so bad.
XG Dubs in the building. He says, yo, appreciate you, XG Dub.
What's good? E, what's good? He says, hey, yo, Chico, appreciate you. Gabe Bradley in the house says, what up, everyone? What up, Gabe? What up, man? 5 matches, real premium. Come on, E. E always got the smart remarks.
But he's right. Sometimes I agree with E, sometimes I don't, but he's right.
It's the way E says it, though.
He's a sarcastic so-and-so, but he's telling the truth.
No lies detected. Vinny says Roman really got the final entrance in Cody's hometown. Don't ever try to tell me it's a 1A, 1B thing. Roman is the number 1 guy. Cody is a conservative number 2 for the kiddos.
Exactly.
Wow.
Let me tell you something, Vinny. The only Vinny we like, before we get to Guy Will Campbell's comment, Conrad, it gives Hogan Savage vibes. Survivor Series, we're not quite there yet, but Survivor Series, a long time ago, 1988, me and Conrad were probably 1 and 2 year old a piece, but videotape. Thank God for DVDs and videotapes.
Blockbuster did me well.
Why is Macho Man coming to the ring first as the WWE champion and Hogan coming out afterwards? Fast forward 30 years later, Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion, coming out first while Roman comes out second. Don't tell me, just like Vinny said, do not tell me that Cody's the biggest star in the company. That is a bull-faced lie.
Facts. Guy Will Gamble says, "Yeah, what's good, everybody? Good to be back here with the best in the biz. #Clash." Thank you, Guy Will Gamble. Appreciate you. You're gonna have to correct me if I say this. Lung Crease. I hope I said that right. If it's wrong,
Lugan Crusade.
Lugan Crusade. See, I didn't see the accent over, so I didn't know if that was in there. That school band really butchered Cody's theme. Good thing Roman came out last. That made it slightly less awkward. Yes, Cody did all right. He got some sisters dancing for him. He did all right. Doug says, another Monday, another clash. Teach me. And thanks for the code. So I guess that lets him know that we do deliver on promises. And that was on Sean's channel. A good reason to subscribe to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly giveaway that happened for WrestleDream.
And you're welcome, Doug. We appreciate you. You won fair and square. Conrad, always gracious. Thank you, brother.
Guy Will Gamble says Bad Blood was 5 out of 10 in my opinion. It was a premium live event, but only 1 premium match. Woo!
Come on, bro. Come on, Guy Will Gamble with the facts.
Terrell says, sorry, I'm late. Don't you ever be sorry that you're late. I was grocery shopping for the household. Bro, I was doing it last night. My leg still hurt. My prediction came true. The Rock came back at Bad Blood, and the head of table is coming for Cody and Roman.
T-Freezy.
Facts. Speaking of baseball guys, this is a really big baseball guy. Derek. Derek will watch baseball, softball, basketball, he's all about it. So former teammate of mine as well for baseball. A lot of people don't know that.
My guy, Derek. Let me tell you something, Conrad. I love the Knicks with all my heart. You know that. I love the Giants with all my heart. But the Mets are my babies, man. If the Mets ever win a championship, you might have to take I don't know, give me a break or something. Like, I don't know, because I'm gonna lose my mind if we somehow win the whole thing. I might lose my mind, literally.
Hubs, if you ever need that week off, you just say the word, brother.
No week off, but I'm just saying I won't be no good. I'll be here, but I won't be no good.
That's all right. We'll find a way. You just let me know if we need to get a guest that week to help out. Yep. Vinny says, anyone else notice how Triple H sticks his nose into segments on P? I've been talking. I won't be quiet for now.
Pointless appearances on PLEs just to get a pop. It's ridiculous.
WWE's on fire right now.
Let me stick my 4-foot nose in the pay-per-view where it doesn't need to be.
Remember WrestleMania? I know Hunter doesn't want to come out here. Oh, I think he does.
Oh, he sure does.
That was the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he would love to. Jocelyn said, I'm a girl where my dad has us watching football and basketball since he had all girls. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Jocelyn, appreciate you, and I appreciate you getting the brand new "What a Revolutionary Idea" T-shirt. We appreciate you.
Currently over on Threadless.
Oh, thank you.
You guys can get some dope designs as well.
I've been working hard on it. Conrad, we talked about this off the air. I think merch is my niche, bro.
The Clash of the Podcast merch is looking good. It's looking good. Hold on, everybody. I'm sorry. I scrolled up too far. We're live, pal. Deanna says, hey, my guys. What up, Deanna?
Hi, Deanna.
We love having the ladies in here and giving their opinions. So much appreciated. McKinney's in the house. He said, "Yo, I'm here to talk wrestle with the Fire live chat. The two biggest dogs in the game. Clash of the podcast to let y'all know that sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't."
That's what she said.
Derek Cricket Quidditch. You bugging. Here we go. Derek's been waiting to hear that line. A basketball league would be awesome if you've ever seen the movie. You know why? Oh, a basketball. Yes.
Basketball. Yeah.
Pro Wrestling Shoot says, "Yo, what's good, Jesse James?" They're going to be live tomorrow night as well. We'll probably be live after them for Dynamite tomorrow. Me and Derek. I don't know how long we'll go, but we'll probably go live. And
that's right. Special night tomorrow, huh?
Title Tuesday for Dynamite, so we'll be live then.
So that would mean that Wednesday's not going to happen.
Yeah, Wednesday will be we'll be off for once on a Wednesday. My Steelers sold last night. No comment. I was up watching that until 1 a.m. though. I'll let you know.
I'm actually sad that I stayed up because I was cheering for the Steelers.
Right. McKinney said he needs his Tigers. They need that dub.
Yo, what do you got? I think it's still tied, right? It's tied going into the late innings.
Oh wow, I lied too. Jesse is not going to be live because he's going to Dynamite in his town. I forgot.
Enjoy. That's right. And you got WrestleDream, which you're not appreciative of, Jesse. Get yourself together, bro.
Maybe our preview will get him excited for it. Let's get into some of our news and talk. Don't forget, coming up, there is TNA Bound for Glory. We had a giveaway for that as well. Like I said, stay tuned to the channel. You never know what you're going to get from us. It's going to be in Detroit. Someone else is leaving from Detroit. I noticed on SmackDown, maybe.
I mean, I was happy to hear about the yeah, I was happy about that. I'm happy to hear they're not going to be sold down the river to NXT.
Someone was like, "What do you think it is?" I'm like, maybe it's SummerSlam again. I don't know. It's the Motor City Machine Guns. But they should have an exciting show coming up. Let me get into what you think of NXT. I know we got NXT coming up this week. I love the graphics for it. I don't feel it's as crisp looking on CW. Just quick thoughts, Sean. Did you check it out?
I watched. I was impressed, but I also was impressed with the idea of not getting overly excited because they put all the chips in the middle of the table. CM Punk, blah, blah, blah. A lot of stuff going on. Bianca, Jade. It's not going to be like that every week, but it was a good show.
Yeah. And sorry, Joel asked what's the Detroit thing. Motor City Machine Guns are probably going to SmackDown.
Motor City.
They've also announced Halloween Havoc's coming up. I know this is just a quick poster I grabbed, but it's going to be in Hershey, PA, Sunday, October 27th. Don't say I don't tell you about WWE shows and I don't put them over. I've been putting them out there too when they got shows. Needless to say, we've got a lot of goodness to get into here. And hold on here. One of my things got mixed up, and I want to make sure that we're doing justice when we're talking about this show. Let's get into Bad Blood. The blood is bad. The blood is boiling. We opened up first off with Triple H, and then Naomi, Jay Cargill, and Bianca Belair were the host of the show. Get ready to see him because you don't see him for the rest of the night after this. They introduced the Hell in a Cell match. It comes down. What did you think, Sean? Presentation-wise, I mean, we haven't given our Bad Blood thoughts yet. So,
look, I'm telling you, you guys see me with my yellow Solo cup. I wish it was liquor in here, but then again, I don't drink. But if it were liquor, I'd be indulging right now instead of indulging in Dr. Pepper. This was a great match. It going on first is a slap in the face of all wrestling fans. Just when you think WWE can't get any more stupid, they prove me wrong, right? But the match itself, the Hell in a Cell, was fine. Triple H coming out there, even as much as I love Jade and Bianca and Naomi, it's like, what's the purpose? I need to understand what's going on here. You have Jey Uso up in the VIP lounge while the entire crowd is yelling "Yeet," and you don't make a call or you don't make an audible for all you football fans out there to have Jay involved in the pay-per-view. It's like this whole thing was a complete cluster, you know what? But at the end of the day, the Hell in a Cell match itself, banger.
Yeah. I absolutely love the match. CM Punk was on, I can't think of the name of the podcast right now. It's going to really make me mad. Sean, I'm gonna look this up so I don't do. I want to do this right for.
We're live, pal.
O'Shea Jackson. No. I want to make sure though that he gets his stuff off with his new wrestling podcast. Because I felt bad last time. O'Shea Jackson launches a wrestling podcast here. What is it called? No Contest Wrestling. So they've got a podcast. They interview Punk, and I heard Punk talk about the pressure to get this match back to the level where it was. Back in the day, Sean, you know, in the Gomez era, we'll call it, you would have the match and you needed you would have the match, but you needed you would have the stipulation, but you needed the match for it. You're like, oh, we're gonna do Hell in a Cell. It's October, so we need a match for this. Versus you have a feud and you're like, this feud needs to go to the next level. Put it in Hell in a Cell. That's how we grew up. And I know some of you guys are like, oh no, old heads, no, like you don't get it. But it was better that way. You don't just do War Games because it's Survivor Series. You just don't do the thing. You do it when it calls for it. And this advice goes to AEW, WWE, TNA, MLW, whoever wants to listen. Let those matches and those stipulations mean something. You got cage match. You could always do a cage match. You could do these other things. But when you add those steps, it means more. So make it mean more. Mm-hmm. And I thought that they did that with this. I don't have all the gruesome pictures, but blood and guts. I know I was being a little facetious in the Everything Pro Wrestling Facebook group. I was like, wow, blood and guts? Oh, how could I see this? Where's Mattel to tell them to stop? They got blood in this match. I was cool with it. It was fine. Just very different. Drew took a nasty shot with that toolbox to his head. I don't know if you saw the staples, but
I did.
I didn't want to put it on here just because of fears of demonetization, but absolutely insane. All the stuff that they ended up doing in here. If you kind of look at Drew's face and Punk's face, especially Drew's here, you can see the amount of blood that was on it. Punk was locking in sharpshooters. CM Punk finds a way to pull this one out. Big GTS for the dub.
CM Punk got it done. Some people might say that Drew going 0-3 in his career in Hell in a Cell and losing this feud to CM Punk might not have been the best call. I have never been a big Drew McIntyre guy, but I told you last week that I was starting to come around, starting to see his value. And I actually thought that he would win this match, that he should win this match. It ended up going the other way. I think we know why. I think that CM Punk is heading toward a world title shot. But either way, big ups to Drew, big ups to CM Punk for giving us the match of the night. We knew it would be the match of the night when it first got signed. And also, on behalf of Conrad and myself, we're only going according to what our research tells us. We worked really hard on the show. Allegedly, Drew McIntyre suffered some kind of loss in his family. It's been very tight-lipped about who the loss was or who was the person that was lost. Conrad, maybe you know about it. Okay, we don't. But we did hear that he had a loss. So whoever that may be, I'm assuming it's a family member or a close friend. Our condolences to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, Drew did a fantastic job here. I wouldn't be mad if either of these guys took some time off to sell the injury, especially if Punk's not going to be involved in the Crown Jewel show, which based on what he said in the past, I don't expect him to be. I wouldn't want to be if I was him. But
to piggyback off of your point, a 2-hour show tonight on Monday Night Raw with 3 championship matches, if I'm not mistaken, or excuse me, 2 championship matches and 1 other special match or something. There's three advertised matches, right? I don't think CM Punk or Drew will be, and I mean this in the most respectful way, we both love both guys, but I don't think they'll be missed on this particular episode.
Right, definitely not needed. Gabe says, Sean, I agree with you. Jay was there. Why not use him? Maybe could have reformed. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Punk
versus McIntyre was the actual main event. Quill says, main event, absolutely 9 out of 10. Match, violence upon great storytelling, great poetic justice moments. Punk gets the W, being the first match of the show is criminal. We definitely agreed.
Quilly, I agree with you 1,000%, dude.
Yeah, and Deanna agreed too. She said this shouldn't have opened, but not her call. The end of the feud is Hell in a Cell, especially for the right story. I agree. You just don't do the Royal Rumble every year because you need a challenger. Oh, wait. Nah, that's different.
Come on, sarcasm, Guy Will Gamble. Come on with the sarcasm.
You can do tournaments and rumbles and stuff. The difference is you got to make them mean something. You know, here's a good example. Sean, what is the worst participants in a Royal Rumble ever? I have my answer. What did I say?
You want me to pick? Literally, want me to pick the worst guy that's ever been in the Royal Rumble?
No, I want you to pick the worst Rumble participants ever. Like you hear all the names, you're like, "Are you kidding me?" Like this sounds awful. I got a year in my head already.
Okay, you tell. So I need to hear your answer so I know where you're going.
The 1995 Royal Rumble is awful. It is awful. Number one, 60 seconds in between. But here, listen to the names that were in this: Jacob and Eli Blue. Duke the Dumpster Droz. Like, I'm supposed to believe Duke the Dumpster Droz. He's about to go to WrestleMania to face Diesel.
Okay.
Come on, fam.
Now that I know where you're going, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going 1993. Literally, there was only two guys in that match that could have won: Savage and Yoko. Everybody else, it was Mad Max or whatever his name was. It was Damian Demento. It was IRS.
Was Adam Bomb around or was that 94?
Adam Bomb was in 94, but I see where you're going. 95 was trash. 93 was trash.
Adam Bomb could have been something more too.
Adam Bomb had potential.
Yep. Let me see here. I see a lot of people. Let me get Race. I agree with you guys on the sell. Less is more. Makes it more important and more matter. Clown says Ryback trolling after saying he never busted open someone like Punk did. Drew made me laugh. Ryback makes me laugh often.
Ryback, take a seat, bro.
Logan James has joined us. I don't understand the point of new Crown Jewel champion. Absolutely nobody asked for this. WWE fans asked for women mid-card champions.
Logan, I would tend to agree.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And thank you, Jesse, for telling everyone to do it. OMG, 95 was big trash. Guy Will Gamble, you said it as well. I'm just letting y'all know.
Facts.
Even
though HBK and Bulldog going coast to coast was kind of cool.
That was cool. The finish is great.
Right.
The problem isn't the finish.
Right.
I'll never forget my heart breaking as a kid when I heard I was like, are you kidding me? They let Bulldog win, and then I hear Shawn Michaels threw him over. He never went out. And I was like, I remember just being glued to Channel 99 with all the lines on it. You young kids don't know anything what I'm talking about.
They don't know nothing about that, bro.
Good times. Awesome finish, though. Let's get into the next match. I'm really trying to avoid it.
United Kingdom's in the building, by the way, Conrad.
Yo, UK. Represent, man.
Appreciate you.
Hi from the UK. What is the name here? Sorry. Will Rally Sport. Will, thank you so much for joining us. Do we see Goldberg tonight cost Gunther the title? I've heard that a lot.
I would break my television if some crap like that. That would be Will Rally Sport. That is nothing against you. Welcome to Clash of the Podcast. But if Goldberg gets himself involved in this match, I will lose my crap.
Gage in primetime put the boots to Gunther to help.
But you know what, Will Rally Sport? You know what makes me mad about you know what makes me the maddest about your comment? Conrad, yes. Because it could actually happen. That's what makes me so mad.
Can you just see Raw going off with Sami saying, must be the money?
Don't
Diamond Rolex and Gators on my feet. One of my favorite bad rap songs.
That dance by Theon was the truth, yo.
It was. B-Boy Skyline says, I hate The Rock. Welcome, B-Boy. Tonight, Sammy wins the title. We built Gunther versus Goldberg. He still has 3 more matches in his deal. Oh, Lordy. Doug says, I see it happening too. Laugh out loud. I don't think that IWC would say that. I think Gunther's winning. I'm with Will. I think Gunther wins tonight too.
I pray that Gunther wins this match. Will Rally Sport coming in hot with the hot takes. I appreciate you saying you're joking, but the weird part about WWE is they do stupid stuff like that sometimes. I
lurk in the streets often of the YWC. I think I've seen your name and heard your name a few times before, Will Rally Sports. So thank you for that question. Great insight right there. and I agree about the Punk B-Boy. Please keep Bill Goldberg as far away from this match as possible. Deanna said,
Guy will Gimble, please keep Bill Goldberg as far away from wrestling as possible, for the love of God. Big up to Bret Hart. I love you, Bret.
Deanna says, son of Goldberg caused Gunther. What the Saudi prince wants, they're going to throw a ton of money to get it. That belt is god awful. Yo, you guys are wilding tonight in the chat. I love it. It's a bad idea. You know what that means?
You know what that means? They're going to do it.
Pro Wrestler Shoot says, get that title off Gunther. Me and Pro Wrestler Shoot, and I can't remember if you said this too, Sean. Go back to our WrestleMania preview and prediction show. I thought you should have never taken the title off Gunther, not the IC title, not at that point. You were still building up to it. I mean, in hindsight, was that a bad idea or no? I would have.
It was a bad idea because I was in lockstep with you, bro. I told you what I thought they should have did. I thought they should have kept it on Gunther, and Gunther should have pulled the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, they could have.
Gunther should have never lost that belt. Gunther should have won the world title, had 2 belts, and forfeited the IC.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, Will.
And then Jey Uso could have won an Intercontinental tournament like he did anyway. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. That's something I just came up with just now. Me and you just kind of stumbled on that. You could have had Gunther retain the title all the way up until winning the World Heavyweight title, and then had an IC Championship tournament, and Jey Uso could have won. This is not brain surgery, Paul. This is not brain surgery, Mr. Levesque. Wake up.
All right. We've wasted enough time. We have to talk about
this. We're not wasting time. We're telling you.
Oh, no. We have to get to this match because I don't know how you feel, but I'm about to eviscerate this match.
Oh, boy. Oh.
Nia Jax versus Bayley.
I texted you during this match.
I have no words.
I texted you during this match. I'm going to let you go, Conrad, because you deserve it.
I have no words for what they did in this match. It was awful. I don't think these two have great chemistry together. You know what? I'm going to say this. I want you to go back and look at it. I don't usually say the old takeovers from Triple H's era were weak. There is one that I thought was a little, if you ask me, like, what's the worst takeover from, like, the black and gold era of NXT? It was the takeover where Bayley was the champion. She had just won it, and she defended against Nia in the UK. I remember that. And I did not like that at all, that show, that match. Like, I won't say I didn't like it. I thought it was weaker than the rest. Like, if I gave all the rest, like, oh, this was an A, this is B+, this would have been like the B- show where I was like, B- tonight. Like, could have been a little bit better. Nia has improved. Bayley is basically a legend. I don't know why. Why didn't this work, Sean?
I was with you until you said Nia improved.
I think Nia has improved slightly as from where she was, but when she first left the company, she has improved since.
Okay, this is me putting on my fair hat. Nia may have improved, but she digressed during this match. Botch City. It was embarrassing, it was reckless, and it was uncomfortable. So, okay, Nia has improved, but she seriously digressed during this match. It was very uncomfortable to watch. It was clunky. It did not tell a good story, and I was very embarrassed to watch it as a fan.
It was
tell me where I'm wrong. I mean, you tell me I'm wrong, I'll take another look.
No, and they've been building up this story. I felt like it was more about Tiffany Stratton too. I know a lot of people are I see some people in the chat making comments about it. Wow, I think Quills is being nicer than I would even. 6.5, very disappointing, clunky, and sloppy. Bayley had some okay moments. Like, I thought the best spot in the match was the Samoan drop off the top rope. That looked great. Everything else, though, here, it did not flow. It just did not flow. That Hurricanrana, what were they doing? What were they doing? So, yeah. Tiffany teasing the interference, Nia sitting up like she was the Undertaker. Yeah, like what are we doing? Yo, shout out to Renegade L2K James from the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Appreciate you. Sammy I think things are good right now. I don't want to get into the political spectrum of another country, but yeah, I think he's all right to go over there. I'm jumping into this. Deanna said worst match of the night.
I see no lies.
for sure. Jesse definitely giving his thoughts too about why they can't make the moves that they need to. I'll get back into that once it's time. Thoughts on? We're gonna get to that too. Trust me, Will. We're gonna get to all that stuff. I appreciate Nia trying some different stuff, but the match didn't work. Yeah, maybe she was just trying to add to her repertoire, and PLE ain't the spot to do it. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry. I keep talking, Conrad. I'm just seeing a little update by McKinney. My DVR must be behind. Oh God. Sorry, something huge. McKinney just dropped a bomb on our chat right now.
Oh wait, where am I looking?
Unrelated.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So McKinney said they were trying to do too much, and darn well you can't hold all that woman for too long to try to do a reverse into a hurricanrana. No,
bro. Listen, Conrad, look at me. She's reckless in the ring, bro.
I don't think anything was reckless. I just don't think it wasn't good.
She again, see, I have to preface everything because I don't want us to get canceled. Nia Jax is a beautiful woman. She is a beautiful woman. She carries herself very well.
She doesn't do hurricanranas. That's all we
gotta say. But hear what I'm about to say. So is it okay for me to say that she's a big lady? Is that okay? Am I being rude by saying I'm a big guy? Is it wrong for me to say she's a big lady?
I think we're walking on dangerous territory with it.
I mean, she's not little. She's a beautiful woman. She's not fat. She's a sturdy woman.
Her role in that division is to be the monster.
No, but I'm talking about just the way she looks. She's a beautiful lady. A full figure. Thank you, Jocelyn. I will take you and run with that. Thank you so much. God bless you. She's a full-figured woman, and I mean that. And she's a beautiful woman. You can't just drop your body weight on your opponents. Her feet are off the ground, Conrad. In what world is that safe? That's unsafe. When she does the bonsai drop, when she does the senton. It's very uncomfortable. It's very dangerous.
Shout out to all the women in the chat.
Y'all, come on, Conrad. You know me, bro. I'm not trying to disrespect her.
No, I'm just trying to make you speak more so that you clarify.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So I will say this. I did notice on the bonsai drop on this night that she did do a little sneaky thing where she landed feet down and then she kicked her feet out. The camera caught it this time, though, where I was like, oh, she wants to make it look like she just sat on you, but she didn't do that. So, like I said, they were fine. This match is awful, though. This is the worst match on the card, period. This is the crap sandwich that Quills was talking about at the beginning. This is the crap that we were talking about that goes in. Let's go to the next match. Let's talk about Finn Balor, Damian Priest. Bruh. I don't know. I didn't care. I don't know what happened here. You talk me out of this one, man. You tell me.
Wait, what are you trying to get me to talk you out of? What?
I just said I didn't care, really.
About?
It was a match. This. Priest. Balor.
I mean, it added, it's a storyline. They've been at each other's... They've been at each other's throat for quite some time. It is what it is. I mean, Priest is on fire right now. What does that say about Finn moving forward? I don't know. I mean, Finn is basically, to use Jesse's word, he seems cooked to me, because how do you come back from that? Like, I thought Balor should have won the match to enhance the storyline, right? I mean, because Priest has kind of like had the upper hand the entire time, am I right? Other than Balor costing him the title at SummerSlam?
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Honestly, I just didn't feel any heat. They beat up the Judgment Day. What does that do for the Judgment Day? I don't know. I feel like all the heat with the Judgment Day is with Dom. There's no.
I want to address what Guy Will Gamble said, and it's a very good, astute observation. And I believe somebody else said it as well.
This one
scrolling up. It was yeah. Thank you. She did do the Annihilator better, but at the same time, so salute to her for doing the Annihilator better, aka Bonsai Drop. But she did a senton that was very concerning. I'm just trying to say you have to be careful. You have to be careful. And to me, it's no, okay, how about this? Maybe this will be more fair. It's no coincidence that the botch match of the night was Nia's match. It was Bayley's fault too. But to me, the match of the night, as far as botches and clunkiness, is it a coincidence that it was Nia's match? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in it takes two to tango too. Like if your least favorite wrestler,
you're my brother, man. You can be his.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
No, you're trying.
No, I'm not. No, I'm about to agree with you. Let me finish my point.
Okay.
My point is, I agree. When it takes two to tango, that goes with good and bad. If my least favorite wrestler's in there and they're having a banger match with, I'm using Shawn Michaels from back in the day, with Shawn Michaels, you got to give props. I just was talking about like who's a gimmick from back in the day that Shawn would have had a great match with. Shawn Michaels is in there with Aldo Montoya, let's just say, right? No offense to Just Incredible. I'm just saying there's a guy with a gimmick in there. I can't be like, oh, Aldo sucks, but Shawn carried him to a great match. No, he has to do the work in there too. So both sides get credit. And like you said, both sides get poo-pooed on when it doesn't work out either. Joe Compton, what's good? McKinney says he thinks that she's been better with her physicality, but it just didn't work. I'd love for them to give her JYD's moveset. I don't know if that would work either. Got to headbutt people and stuff. Go back, look, it was so simple yet powerful.
I do like the thing that she does like Vader used to do, like that big run into you thing. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you just collide into her and then fall back.
That was a Vader move, and she does that very well.
Yeah, the classic. See, she's someone who I'd like to see. That would be a good pounce, but you might go flying though if she pushes. Like you're gone.
I would have loved to have seen. We're gonna get into this a little later, but to me, she would have fit in very nicely. I mean, obviously, you'd have to completely obliterate the entire storyline direction, but she would have figured in very nicely to where another person fit in later in the evening, coming back to help Liv Morgan. Imagine if that was Nia. That would work. That would work.
I actually shared one of your videos today, and the person that is in the chat that can speak to it and say that yes, Kyra did share a video, Sean, of yours earlier.
Oh, thank you. I don't know what it was, but thank you.
Oh, you'll know which one it is in 1 second as soon as I start talking about it. Priest wins. I'm not gonna lie, this match was a nothing burger for me. Like, I don't know. It's not that I don't care about the feud. It's not that I don't like Balor and I don't like Priest. I just felt, okay, cool, whatever.
The wrong guy won. I like Priest, but for storyline purposes, the wrong guy won.
I don't know how they're gonna keep this going at the end of the day. Like, I don't know.
Well, one guy keeps winning all the time. It's kind of hard to keep it going.
Right.
Brother.
JD doesn't even deserve War Games at this point, in my opinion. Guy Will Campbell said they're not getting it. I can't see it. Nothing Nia did was worse than how Liv and Rhea ended. Ooh, clown. We're
Clown, you're going exactly where we were about to go. Yep.
Well, we got something else to figure here in between. Triple H had a historic announcement. I got something to show you. So he's out there. Gunther comes out because they don't have a match for your world heavyweight champion on this night. And we have to then see at Crown Jewel. Let me see if I have this right. The champions are going to face the champions, apparently. So whoever wins will face the other champion of the other brand. And the winner will be crowned the Crown Jewel champion. What do you think of that belt design as a classic wrestling belt fan, Sean?
Well, it's a piece of crap, but the thing that makes it looks hot, like hot garbage. But the also part about it that makes me mad is the fact that it doesn't mean anything. This is the equivalent, Conrad, of Braun Strowman winning the Greatest Royal Rumble. And I'm not calling it the Greatest Royal Rumble. They called it the Greatest Royal Rumble. Braun Strowman got a... Matter of fact, let me ask you a question. Braun Strowman won a belt that night, right?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw that belt?
That night. Did he come out? Maybe he came out on Raw with it. I don't remember.
Maybe. So it's stupid, Conrad. It's stupid.
Yeah, people are saying the announcement is effed here.
Oh yeah, it is. It really was. It was like, and I had hopes. I had hopes for that announcement. So I was like, maybe he's going to say something halfway decent. But the Crown Jewel title, please.
Yeah, so we went back and not at Survivor Series, but we'll do it the show before what we usually do. The poster was released today. Spoiler alerts.
The poster's fire. Now I'll give you that. They do put together a nice promotional poster.
Right, and this led people to speculate if the main event of tonight's show could see something happen. Maybe
If
we'll see.
Sami Zayn becomes world champion, no hate, but come on, bro.
Maybe.
Stranger
I don't know. Crazier things have happened, and don't blame Sammy. Y'all better blame old Billy, because Bill Goldberg ended up showing up. The guy who Gunther just complimented. So Gunther's a troll, basically, is what we've understood about his character. He disses Goldberg and his son. Goldberg hopped over that gate gingerly, I will add, and he was ready to get in the ring. And it's not that I'm saying Goldberg can't go, but don't have Goldberg do stuff that doesn't look cool when he's doing it. Goldberg like, let me get my leg over here. All right. I don't know. Goldberg, Gunther, can they do something with this?
No.
Did you care?
They shouldn't. God dog it. No. Absolutely not. Let me tell you something, man. Goldberg, stay your podcast at home. I am so sick of you showing your face every once in a while. Gunther is the world heavyweight champion. We all know that he deserves it, okay? At the end of the day, him coming back to sit up here and cost Gunther the world title on Monday Night Raw, which will lead to a clunky, ridiculous, no-sensical match against Gunther, would be the most ridiculous crap I've ever seen. Stay away. You are 114 years old. Stay away. We appreciate your contributions. All your contributions to the business, Bill Goldberg. Your contributions like 14-second matches. Your contributions like winning world championships before you even had a foot in the business. Your contributions like ending Bret the Hitman Hart's career. Stay away.
Matt Lopez says that this was a total nothing burger added to Braun's greatest Royal Rumble trophy. Did he have a trophy too? He might have won a trophy too.
He had a freaking trophy.
Saudi Survivor Series now, Vinny says. Terrell, so apparently the Crown Jewel belt is an intergender belt. I don't know how that's going to work. I would assume the women will have one and the guys will win one.
And one more thing, Brother Cushman. Let's give a round of applause to this brilliant storyline writing of Paul Triple H Levesque to have Goldberg involved. I'm gonna hold back just a smidge, because if we don't see Goldberg tonight, then all bets are off. Everything's fine. But if Goldberg sticks his big, stupid face into this match tonight, I don't want to hear nobody say nothing about Triple H's masterful storyline writing. Give me a freaking break.
Easy E says, people talk about TK's booking, but Hunter hands the book. Whoa, to the Saudis for the worst shows that can start at noon and ruin your whole day. Wow. Wow. See, CE can't be doing that.
The choke on my soda. What the Easy? You gotta chill, bro.
Hubs is the equivalent to Shane winning the best in the world.
Facts, Deanna.
Here comes James trolling by orders of. Yeah, all right now. I always like the idea of champ versus champ like Night of Champions, but in practice it doesn't work. Because if you're booking to make them look strong, now you're telling people this is the tier. You're one, you're two. I've always said the World Heavyweight Championship, when it was main eventing like WrestleMania 27, that was the new Intercontinental title, Sean. That was what it was. It became the IC title, and then the IC title became the European title. It just devalued the belts. So that's why I'm not big on roster splits most of the time, because people get devalued sometimes. It's great when there's not a lot, but Bill Goldberg can still go. Man, people are tearing into it.
Bill Goldberg can still go?
No, he said he put question marks behind it.
Oh, okay.
Says, when could he go, period? He said.
Oh, okay, well, thank you. I'm about to say, Easy, you're smarter than that, but I understand now. Thank you.
Goldberg taunts. Goldberg cracks my back. Yeah, as long as I don't see Goldberg do the have you ever seen it? I'm like, what was that? I still have PTSD when Goldberg pinned Bray. I'm sorry, clown. That was awful as well. Like, I'll never forget that decision. I'm like, Bray Wyatt's one of the hottest wrestlers in this company right now, and you had Bill Goldberg just beat him. Why? Of all the things I can blame Triple H for, anything that happens in Saudi Arabia ain't his fault. It's the power of money, because 50 million. No.
Go ahead, Conrad. No.
Yeah, you don't have to do what they say.
No.
You say, I'm putting on a show for you. I got it. They've been over there enough times that people should know what to expect. Goldberg should stay away. Goldberg taking the championship from The Fiend was bad enough. Yeah, unforgivable. That was just for Sean. You saw that dub that just occurred in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. What'd you think of this one, Sean? Did this work? Shark Cage? Dominic in the Shark Cage like Jimmy Hart in the 80s when you went to the Madison Square Garden house shows? Yeah, baby. Tell him, honky tonk man, get me down, baby.
I didn't think it was that bad. I thought this was the second best match of the night, which is not saying much. But it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't bad. This was not bad. It went from being, it went from being a 7 out of 10 to about a 4 out of 10 with what happened at the end, though.
Yeah, this was one of those. It was okay to me.
It would have been okay unless
right until we get to the finish.
Yeah.
But I thought that, and guess what? It isn't Rhea's fault. It isn't Liv's fault. And Dominic, I actually give a lot of credit to. Sean, would you take a spot where you're going to fall out of a shark cage with your leg clamped to it head first?
Couple of things. Could have fell. Could have broke his neck. Could have died. Right. Also, could have ripped his knee. So big shout out to Dom for that.
Yeah. Rhea beating him with a cane was his comeuppance, and they did that.
Here comes out of nowhere.
No, I have a crazy thought too about Dominic. Dominic could be the guy to go up against Jay eventually. Like I'm saying, that should be a big PLE match if you build to it properly.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. If Jay loses the title tomorrow, it wouldn't bother me. He got what he deserves as far as having a championship on his resume. Dominic is really good as a heel. I'm not mad at Dominic getting successful opportunities.
But I'm saying you don't need to build to that right now, but I think in the future that's something you could think of.
Yeah, it could be in the back. Sure. Mm-hmm. I can see Jay defending. I mean, Jay's not going to keep it that long, but I can see Jay defending the championship against Dominic at WrestleMania.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. And I just can see Dominic carrying the title. And by the way, thank you, Jay Uso, for upgrading that belt with some, like, they put some color behind the world pictures. Yes. It looks way better that way. Way better.
Yeah, because the design that Gunther was carrying around and Sammy and Braun was really ugly.
Yeah. Let's get into the whole what's up, nephew? I see you in the chat.
Oh, that's nice. Nephew's in the building. That's nice.
He was just over here right before too. So
nice.
So the crowd, Vinny says, was quiet for Raquel. That was the video I had shared, Sean. You're short.
Oh yeah,
of Raquel Rodriguez smiling. I saw some people give you heck in the comments for it, but turned out to be true. Raquel came back and she wasn't smiling this time. I don't know what they did wrong here. Something went wrong because Dominic was getting beat down. She comes up and the ref clearly saw her. Like, I'm just thinking of the stuff people give referees for this. He sees her and he's like, oh man, I'm going to turn around. Then he tried to act like he did it. Then he ran back the other way like, Dominic, I'm going to help you, while she's throwing her in the ring to hit her move. And then he turns around. He's like, I still see it. Ring the bell. I'm sure someone in his ear was like, ring
the referee at that point, to your point, Conrad, had no choice but to disqualify Liv, despite what the storyline was, because Raquel completely botched the entire thing.
Yeah,
the match was supposed to be a victory for Liv. Matter of fact, Liv, can't knock her for this, Liv, in the post-fight press conference, was saying that she won the match. I defeated Rhea because I'm smarter than her. Well, she's going with according to the way it was written, but technically Rhea won because Raquel blew it. Yeah.
McKinney says it was a good match. We got the shock with Dom. Raquel really shouldn't have done anything and let Liv get the roll-up win. Yeah. Wow, he said the IC title looks good. Mark that down as a compliment that he gave WWE.
Well, I'm in the ballpark with him. I don't give him any compliments to WWE either, but I do have a little spoiler. I do have a compliment for Triple H coming up in a few minutes.
Okay.
I know. Don't get used to it.
You've been complimentary of him lately with some of
when have I been complimentary? Oh, because he made finally the right decision about Jay, and now I have one more coming a little later. But don't get used to it.
Yeah, and you know what too? I'll give the ref this, and I will compliment them on this too with this match. I do like that if the ref saw it, they called for the DQ. I think the same thing needs to happen in AEW. If it's not executed properly, just let it play the way it plays then.
Because you're being insulting. Like, everybody knows you saw what's going on. Like, this is stupid.
I know, and sometimes that long-term booking gets in the way because it's like, we can't screw this up.
Right.
You know that, right? So, and then if a mistake happens, it's like, oh, well, you just lost your opportunity. That's why I tell people, if you mess it up, you lose your spot. So make sure you don't screw it up, but then will people mess up on purpose? Blah, blah, blah. You know, there's a lot to it.
You're talking right.
Main event time. It was the Mega Powers.
Brother.
Versus the Bloodline, dude. It was Cody and Roman versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. I love you, Solo. By the way, I don't know if anyone saw his promo from SmackDown. I don't know if you saw, I retweeted this show, but someone put the church organs behind it, and it sounded like he was cutting a mean sermon. I was like, this works way too well. Put your hands together and say it with me. I love you, Solo. And they just went off with the organ. I was like,
I'm a little, when it comes to religious stuff, but it was pretty good.
Listen, a fan put it together. I thought it was good. I was like, yeah, that was very well done. I don't really have a lot to say about this match. It was solid. It was what I expected.
Solid. I'm happy to see Jimmy back.
Mega Powers versus Mega Blood.
I mean, you know what the funny part is? For a match where The Rock came back, I'm underwhelmed. For a match, matter of fact, for a match where Jimmy and The Rock came back, I'm underwhelmed. I should be over the moon right now. You should be over the moon. The chat should be over the moon right now. The Rock is back. Jimmy's back. But it's kind of like, it wasn't that great. It was okay.
I have a serious thought too about something, but I don't want to ruin wrestling for people because I noticed something in the Hell in a Cell match that played into the part here. Going underneath the ring where they're zooming in on you getting tables out. There was something that gave away what was going to happen in this later on.
Really?
Monitor. When they lifted it, I was like, oh, something's going on here. So. Okay. But I did love that Jimmy came back. Jimmy was fully embraced because Jimmy never turned on Roman. I had to think about this for a sec because it had been a while. He always wrote with Roman. No. But he was back with them, remember? And then he was trying to help him at WrestleMania. He was with Roman.
You mean when Jimmy mysteriously for no reason got back with Roman. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy was the original person to turn on Roman at first. Correct. But you're right. They got back together for the reasons that we still don't know to this day. Yeah, right.
They got back together. You had the full embrace, the hug. Are we getting that bloodline match, man? Like, how do you do this with the brand split in place? Like, how do you get there to make it make sense without insulting me where I'm going to be like, all right, y'all, that's enough of this.
Now that Jey Uso is the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, now that man has gotten his just due and he's enjoying his moment in the sun, I am now officially on board with Jey rejoining his brother and cousin in the bloodline. However, it's about how you're going to do it, which is your point. And it's a good point, and it's a good question because I don't know how you do it. Now, the fans were yelling yeet the entire match. By the way, how much more over can this guy be? But I digress. So, I don't know. I just think it would take Roman and Jimmy getting beaten up bad by the combination of Solo, Jacob, Tagaloa, the other one, and Rock. I would have to say Rock would be included. It would take that for them there to just be, there doesn't have to really be any rhyme or reason to it, Conrad. I mean, hashtag what draft anyway. It would be a situation where Jimmy's music just randomly hits. You know, you probably Cody, I'm glad you brought that up. Probably Cody would be involved. So it would be the 5-on-3 situation. It would be 5-on-3. It would be Tungaloa. Help me out with the other one, Conrad. Tungaloa, Tonga, thank you. Jacob Fatu, Solo, and The Rock beating down Jimmy, Roman, and Cody. Why is Cody involved? I don't know, but it seems like that's the way it's playing out. And then all of a sudden, while they're getting beaten up on a random edition of SmackDown, here comes Jey Uso. There's not going to be any rhyme or reason to it. It's just going to be a situation where Jay's going to be there to support his brother and his cousin. That's it. And also Cody, because Cody is his friend, I guess. His friend.
I don't believe Rock's going to do this match.
Rock doesn't have to do the match to beat up Cody, to beat them up before Survivor Series, though.
He could show up for the match, but I think this is where we're going to debut Hikuleo. I think that's who fits into this other side of the cage if they're going to do this.
There comes a point where it becomes too much, Conrad.
That or pull Rock out on this side and pull Cody out on that side.
See, the problem with what I'm saying right now is that it's double mouth. You are 100% right. That's probably what they're going to do. But don't you think it's too much? It's too much. It's like we're going to have a 7-man War Games match?
No. Well, this is still 5-on-5 if you take out Rock. And I just don't see Rock being in a cage match. Why would he risk that right now when he's
I'm agreeing with you, but thank you, Emily Z. What about Kevin Owens?
That's why I said you could take Cody out. Cody doesn't fit in this anymore, in my opinion.
Time out, Conrad. No. I don't disagree with you heavy that much, but I'm disagreeing with you on this one. The damage is already done. Cody should have never been involved in this, but he's in it, right? So Cody's involved. He just got attacked backstage by Kevin Owens. We'll get into that in a minute. Obviously, Kevin Owens has an issue with Cody Rhodes. This is going to be just like Drew McIntyre aligning with Judgment Day because he had an issue with the Bloodline. Same thing 2 years ago. Same thing. It's just, we're not together, but, I hate this other guy, so I'm going to rock with you for War Games. That's what it's going to be. Same thing. By the way, recycled AF, right? You know what AF means. Right? Recycled AF. The same way that Drew McIntyre aligned with Judgment Day for War Games a couple of years ago because of their issue with the Bloodline is the same way that Kevin Owens, because he hates Cody now, is going to align himself with the Rock side of the Bloodline to be in War Games.
Interesting, man. I don't know how they can I don't know, man. It just Cody, what I'm saying Cody doesn't fit, Sean. Cody's in too much stuff. He's in the Bloodline. He's got his 2 friends that are mad at him. Now he's got this match at Crown Jewel. Like, what are we doing? What?
Conrad, you know what your problem is?
I'm being logical?
Yes.
It doesn't work for me, brother.
That is your problem. Rock is back-ish. And now we're going to phase him in. And you have to understand. See, this is the deal. This is what you need to realize, my brother. Chat, wake up and smell the coffee. This is what you need to understand. It doesn't matter if I like it or don't like it. I don't. It doesn't matter if it makes sense or doesn't. It doesn't. Cody and Roman are together. That's it. That is it. Cody and Roman are together. KO does not like the fact that Cody and Roman are together. Jimmy's now in the mix with Roman and Cody. Tongaloa, Solo are with Rock. And it's going to lead to a War Games situation. And KO, mark my words, is going to align himself with Solo's side of the Bloodline because he detests Cody for aligning himself with Roman Reigns. That's what's going to happen. I'm not saying I like it, my brother. I don't.
Well,
it doesn't make any sense, but that's the writing on the wall, bro.
Rock hitting the throat slash is very. Who was it to? What was it?
It was
to?
the Roman Reigns.
Could it be the Cody's title reign too? Though, like no.
It was. But here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. No pun intended. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was to Cody. See, this is what the problem you're having, Conrad. I'm going to try and help you, my brother. The same way you've talked me down 1,000,001 times, I'm going to do you a solid today, brother. It doesn't matter if it was to Cody. It doesn't matter if it was to Roman. You know why? Because Roman and Cody are a team now. I don't like it any more. I don't like it any more than you do. Chat, tell me I'm wrong. Cody and Roman Reigns are a team. That's it. Just lock it down. They're going to be on the same team at War Games. Period. Lock it in.
Oh.
Conrad, I wish I had something better for you, bro. I wish I had something better for you. They're a team. They're a team.
Vinny agrees. So, all right, let's talk Kevin Owens real quick. Let's get into this. So, Kevin Owens and Cody. Apparently, Kevin Owens beat someone up. Apparently, you don't have to do a heel turn in the ring. I like this, actually.
That was the compliment I was going to give Triple H.
Weird that fans knew to be out and by there, but if you stuck around, you got to see something cool. Mm-hmm. So it gives you reason maybe to hang around the show longer. I don't want to hear no complaining when fans are asking you for autographs and stuff after the show, because they're going to be hanging around now to see if you do something. Mm-hmm. But Kevin Owens beat him up. Mm-hmm. This has to be going somewhere too, though, right? You're not just going to be like, well, Kevin, I deserved it, so I'm just going to go over here and team with Roman, and then I'm going to go over here and win this Crown Jewel Championship. Let's go.
When did you be? This is the first time in 5 years of being your friend and 3 years doing the show with you. Why are you not listening to me? They're a team. They are a team.
It sucks.
It does. It does. I agree with you. It does, but it's a fact. They're a team. And to answer your question, Kevin has an issue with Cody. Cody and Roman are a team. War Games.
So do you guys think? So do you think that they're just gonna drag out this Cody Roman? You're in my way
till WrestleMania. Wait. Oh, come on. Whoa. Time out. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Roman and Cody, you mean?
Yes, because they keep teasing I'm handing you the belt, but I'm looking down at it like this should be back with me.
That's why I'm going to lean on you. I don't know. I know Cody and Roman are a team. Now, how long that team lasts, I don't know.
People are talking about triple threat too. I don't think you want to do. If you do a triple threat, that's gonna. I don't want to see Rock and Roman after that. It hurts the match a little bit wanting to see it. We'll have to see. You
know what, Conrad? I appreciate you, bro, because you don't want to accept. This is the first time I've ever seen you be a little bit. No, hear me out. It's a compliment. This is the first time I've ever seen you be irrational, ever, in my whole time knowing you. And it's a reason to be irrational, because you don't want this corny crap to come to fruition. But I'm telling you, it's already in motion. They're a team.
It's not I guess I don't believe it, because up until Kevin Owens turned, I thought that the cage match or War Games, was going to be Cody, Kevin, Orton, find two friends, maybe Roman and Jimmy, and then we'll go in there and try to do it. Then this will be Bloodline stomps them out and they take care of business, blah, blah, blah. Right. Now it's like, okay, well, we're not doing that. But now you've got Cody involved in like 3 different things. And
No, he's not involved in 3 different things. It is Cody and Conrad. Look at me. Look directly at me, Conrad.
I'm staring at you right now on my screen.
Cody and Roman versus the Bloodline. That is the story. And Kevin Owens hates Cody. Therefore, Kevin Owens is going to align himself. I'm only talking about War Games now. I'm not talking about anything beyond that. Kevin Owens is going to align himself with Solo Sikoa. Listen to me, bro.
That sounds awful. Okay, hold on. Can we go to Kerwin's point too right here? Kerwin says, if Kevin Owens loses again, what was the point of the heel turn? But Matt also counterpointed that Kevin's contract is running out as well. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, Kevin leaves, all bets are off, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna put on the let's wait and see hat for right now.
No. I can't let you get away with that, brother. I can't.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying I want to see what's gonna happen with this because I think you've dipped your foot into a lot of Cody business, and people are gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
And I'm telling you, I'm not letting you off the hook for good reason. I need you to draw a line in the sand. We can wait and see what happens. I agree, but I'm definitively saying Cody and Roman are a team. I'm asking, and I'm saying that Kevin Owens is going to be a subplot of that and going up against Cody. What do you think is going to happen?
Can I ask a question with the question?
Sure.
Where does Randy Orton fit into this? Is he going to turn too?
Well, Randy Orton was supposed to turn the whole time. I don't know. It's a cluster. Let me ask you a question. Do you think I think this is a good idea? I don't.
Do you understand why I can't connect the dots here, though? You're like, go to 1, here's 7, here's Cody, he got jumped. Conrad, why aren't you seeing that him and Roman are a team? Because it's stupid. They just fought at WrestleMania and everyone was into it.
Chat, yes or no? Is Cody, at this point in time, at this Survivor Series season, are Cody and Roman a team, yes or no? Because they're a team, Conrad. They're a freaking team. They're together, bro. They are together. Forget WrestleMania. Forget WrestleMania the last 2 years. Kervin says no. No problem. Kervin says no. I don't know what you're seeing because they look like they're on the same page to me.
You turn someone heel that needs a win, not be the next Nakamura. Who's that? He doesn't even get to be on TV anymore. Are Cody fans still happy with Cody's storylines now that he's finished the story? I think some people are still happy. It's just Cody fans are the ones that are happy for it. I'm just saying that there's a lot to this that you need to tie it up or bundle this together so we know what's going on here.
They're going to bundle it up inside of 2 cages.
That's fine. Got to make it work. That was for one night only.
It doesn't look like one night only to me, big guy.
Matt says they're holding off on Randy turning on Cody until after Mania because they will do Orton versus Cena at Mania. Oh, well, listen, I'm not as geeked as everyone is about the Cena thing. I'm just like, dude, whatever. It's fine. I don't know. Are you okay with Cena and all this stuff? Like, I know he needs his last hurrah, but I'm just like,
I mean, Cena and Orton as a last hurrah makes sense, but again, it wouldn't be his last hurrah because Cena's going all the way till next year at the end.
It wasn't like we haven't seen it 27 times on every B show pay-per-view, bragging rights, breaking point. Like, Vinny agrees with you. Yes, they're a team. It's like if Cena and Punk join forces. Oh, don't give them ideas. I believe Cody and Roman being a team is the same as The Rock and Cena being a team. It was a one-time thing.
Can I respond to that right quick?
Go ahead.
But did Rock and Cena have a common enemy?
Ms. Truth.
I mean, beyond that Survivor Series match, did they have a common enemy?
Not really.
Roman and Cody have a common enemy.
My thing is, if Roman disappears, then what happens? Well, I guess maybe these are the storylines for when Roman is gone. Here you go. Now you go do this. Oh my God!
Now you're putting your thinking cap on, big dog. That's why I love you, brother. I knew you'd get it. See, this is the thing for me. I don't like it. I'm just telling you like it is, bro.
The Nightmare Chiefs is the next tag champs. No.
Hey, I'm not happy about it either. But the tag champ part, God forbid. Oh my God.
Patrick Holmes, Travis Kelsey. That's all I thought of when you guys said that. I was like, Super Bowl champ.
Imagine this, and I'm going to do this as best I can. Just bear with me. All right. Just imagine I'm doing Roman's opening part.
The mashup you've all been waiting for.
God forbid.
I will agree with Kervin here. Trade AJ Styles for Drew McIntyre. I heard AJ might actually be injured, though. I saw that today on some Fightful Select reports, apparently. I hope that's not true. I feel you, Sean, but I'm on the fence. He needs a real contender. Hogan versus Andre 3 rematch vibes. No, you can't do a third match between Cody and Roman.
And Leezy agrees with me.
They could do Cody and Roman Saturday night. Okay. How to get Jey Uso easy trade, Jay and LA Knight? You could.
By the way, just to put a little bit of a bow on this, Triple H booking, y'all. I've been telling y'all. Yes, Conrad. Yes, you're the man, Conrad. Triple H booking. I'm telling you, this is like a big cluster, man. I'm telling you, it's weird. It makes no sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. It makes no sense.
Listen, as brothers, I want to ask you about this real quick.
Sure, of course.
You know what question I'm about to ask you, don't you?
You see me putting my serious face on.
How'd you feel about the question that he got asked about black male wrestlers not being featured on the pay-per-view cards? I mean, as a fellow brother, and chat, feel free to comment too. Give your thoughts, honestly.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet just because it's not fun for me. This is real life. I thought the question was appropriate. I feel bad for that person who asked it because whoever that person is, they probably won't be invited back, right? But I love the question, and I think Triple H ducked it, and it was very apparent that he was ducking it. It was a crap, evasive response. That's how I felt. He ducked it. I don't see color is not a response. Thank you, Emily. I don't see color is not a response. That's a cop out. Period.
I think that I told people this with that answer. I think that answer was probably a great answer many, many years ago when it was like, oh, okay, you're not going to do something bad to me. Cool. Right. Now it's like, nah, that's not the answer people want to hear in 2024. I think we can do better, but it's up to Triple H to show us. So I'm here.
Yep.
Be better. Try maybe not to have your featured women's division as host of the show.
As host of the show.
And never see him again. When you said they were hosting the show, I was like, okay, well, that would mean showcasing him, and like maybe they should have been out there with you
throughout the show. Yes.
Maybe instead of Triple H introducing the championship, they could have did it.
There you go.
But whatever.
Look, I want to go on record as something saying, and Conrad, don't worry, I would never put us in a bad spot. Conrad Cushman nor Sean Hubbard would ever definitively say that Triple H, Paul Levesque is a racist. We do not have that right. We do not know Paul Levesque personally. That answer in that press conference was a cop-out. And you have to decide what you're going to do with that. It was a total cop-out.
And if people start saying who should they push, then that's a black performer that's male, Montez Ford.
100%. Montez Ford, or at least have that tag match be on a pay. How come these matches are on SmackDown? I understand the Street Profits are worthy of being on, especially Montez Ford, but I like both of them. They are definitely worthy of being on pay-per-view. 100%.
That's right. I have beef with the 5 match card thing. I think that's not enough. I know people will be like, AEW does too many, but that's different businesses, number one. PLE and that. Yeah. And we're going to get into that in a second, too, here. We're about to flip over to AEW side of things. Question, though, from Terrell. We all know it's going to be Rock versus Cody at WrestleMania in Vegas for the title. I ain't sold yet on that. I have a feeling Rock is going to defeat Cody and then lose to Cody at Backlash.
I think T3Z, you're on the right track, but I think your timeline is a little bit off. I think somehow between WrestleMania, I don't know, somewhere between now and WrestleMania, Rock wins, and then at WrestleMania, Cody wins it back.
I don't know if they. I don't know. I still feel like we're getting that Rock and Roman match. You know
the Rock's favorite pay-per-view is the Royal Rumble in this part of his career. So Royal Rumble 2025. I mean, he could easily win the title and then lose it back 3 months later.
It'll be interesting. I'm going
back because if Rock, my only question to piggyback off of T3Z's question, if Rock does win, because he said Backlash, if Rock does win at WrestleMania, it would have to be Backlash, not like Rock sticking around.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche. I don't know if triple threat's the answer. Maybe it's to protect Rock. I don't know.
Or protect Roman.
Or protect Cody.
They're a team, Conrad. They're a team. That's a soundbite. They're a team.
That's the new shirt. We're a team. McKinney says, I think AJ isn't hurt. He's making an angle to make him feel old, only to make the fans chant, you still got it. McKinney, I read a report today. I'm just saying, maybe it's wrong. Because at first, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is definitely a work. But then once I saw the report, like, oh, he might actually be hurt, I was like, oh, I hope not. So
yeah, I hope not. All right.
Once again, wait and see approach. That's SmackDown. Wait and see, because I don't know what they're doing over there. Shawn Michaels booking better. Hey, you said it, Kervin, not us, brother. We know. Triple H tried to get to the bottom rope on that question. Triple H had weeks to prepare that answer. Listen, Cody, I told people I think Cody answers the questions better than him.
I promise you, Triple H, I'm clearly speculating. I promise you, Triple H went to the back and said, who was that guy who asked that question? Never let him come back.
Yeah, McKinney says, worst response ever to say you don't see color isn't a response until you see color when the new, oh my goodness, shows up. Stop it. I'd rather have said I haven't found the guy yet for the spot. Too late for Montez Ford and brother Carmelo Hayes' future. Carmelo Hayes is definitely the future. He's someone else who I definitely think. Listen, I told someone he hasn't been booked like Braun Breaker.
And if he's not the future, which he should be, then I think we have our answer.
Rock versus Cody is hinging on Rock versus Roman. That's the final destination. Rock versus Cody feud is a happy accident, Vinny says.
Probably
not
right.
wrong. I could agree with that.
Yep.
I picked Bianca to win the Rumble again, but this time with fans in the arena.
Your mouth to God's ears.
I want to see Bianca versus Rhea. Here's the problem. In the women's division, they have a lot of good matches. You just pick and choose when to do them. So sometimes we're like, this is going to be bad. And then there's other times we're like, yo, this match is about to crush. Yes, let's go. What up, fellas? To be fair, WWE AEW doesn't book black male wrestlers that well. Other than Swerve, when I see a black wrestler in the ring, I know they are losing.
I can't be mad at that take. I mean, look, Bianca Belair has become one of the most dominant female competitors in history. But you're talking about black males. I see there is a discrepancy here. I don't know if this press conference is going to wake Triple H up a little bit. I mean, the situation with Bobby Lashley didn't help. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, man.
Yeah. Royal Rumble's in my neck of the woods. Indie baby, I can't wait to go to the Superstore. Traffic and ticket prices are too bad for me to go to the actual show. That's terrible, though, that fans can't go to the shows that they want to now because they're outpriced. Vinny says that the EVP experience do be helping Cody. I'll give him that. That is true. That is true. And Deanna said triple threat, Bianca, Rhea, and Raquel. They were the faces of NXT at one point, or it might have been main roster at NXT. We'll move on from this. Let's get into our WrestleDream preview and predictions. We don't have a lot of matches for this, so we're going to probably fly through this pretty quickly. But let's start with the show taking place on Saturday coming up this week. We got WrestleDream. Jack Perry's going to defend the TNT Championship against Katsuyori Shibata. I know some people are going to say, who's Shibata? Shibata's that boy if you haven't watched New Japan before. I'll let you know. Go watch his headbutt from New Japan. One of the scariest things. You thought what Drew did was scary with the toolbox? At least I can understand a toolbox hitting you in the head, stitches. I get it. This man headbutted someone. You heard it, and then you just saw the blood coming down his face. What are you doing, bro? And he's back in the ring, and he's taking on Jack Perry. This should be a fine match, but I got Jack Perry winning. What say you, Sean?
I think your sentiment is 100% correct. It's going to be a banger. But Jack Perry comes out on top, even though that belt is the equivalent of Tiffany Stratton's new music.
Harsh. We have Darby Allin. His challenge was answered on Collision for someone to step up. Brody King, someone who he's never pinned. He's beat him in a casket match, but he's never pinned Brody. And Brody King has destroyed him anytime that they have met. So now they've given Darby an obstacle to try to get over.
For all those reasons you just broke down, Darby wins.
Yeah, Darby, this is Darby's get back now. And Darby's kind of been the lovable. He almost gets there, then he doesn't. He's kind of Jeff Hardy for them in 2002. Like that, I'm almost there, but you lose again. Yeah. You just don't get the win.
Sounds like Jey Uso up until 3 weeks ago.
And it makes it that much sweeter once you get it, right?
Don't start.
Go over to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly's channel to see that.
Yeah, I went crazy. Real emotion, by the way. I almost cried.
Ring of Honor World Championships on the line. Mark Briscoe defends against Chris Jericho, who is the Ocho, but he is trying to become the
the Nueve.
There you go. I took French, so I didn't know the answer. So thank you for that, but I knew I could count on you. What do you think, Jericho and Mark Briscoe?
I've defended Jericho a lot in his professional wrestling career, and I'm going to defend him again. He should do the right thing, which would mean that Briscoe wins.
I think so. He doesn't need the championship. What is he going to do this time?
Exactly.
Now? It's the same thing. We've been there before. We've done it. It's where we're at. I got Mark Briscoe winning.
I'm picking Mark Briscoe. Yeah.
I'm going to rock with you on this one, though.
Mm-hmm.
I like this matchup that they did. Private Party are getting the tag team title shot. I've been saying, put someone new in these spots.
Yep.
Give it to someone else. Private Party versus the Young Bucks is a match that goes back to the first ever tag title tournament where Private Party hit the upset win on the Young Bucks. And they did the same thing again on Rampage this week. They got the victory. They were able to pull it off. What do you think?
I'm very thrilled to see Private Party being shown off in this way, featured in this way. Thank you, Conrad. Just when you thought I was the one that was the wordsmith, you just blessed me. I appreciate that. So featured on the show. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they're going to put on a 5-star match. I think they're going to remind the world who they are, and I love that. The Bucks win, but I'm very happy to see Private Party featured in this very cool way.
Absolutely. I'm happy for them. I don't know if they get the win here. I feel like they've been laying it on thick for them. I can see the Bucks still being able to pull this out. I don't know where this story is going with them.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here? Like,
well, they're the jerk CEOs or whatever, EVPs. They're the jerk CEVPs.
Do you need the belts to do that though?
No, you don't. I agree with you.
And like I said, you got FTR who's kind of played. You got the Outrunners catching some momentum. Maxim or MXM's catching some momentum. The Acclaimed are feuding with them. I feel like all the top 3 tag teams that you've always focused on are doing other things. So maybe this is the time you take a chance on a Private Party. I'll take the Bucks for right now, but I wouldn't be mad if Private Party won. Trust me.
I'm taking the Bucks, and I'm telling you that it's completely with my head. My heart would love to see Private Party walk out with the straps.
They got some new music, too, so I think they're trying to get them to be taken a little more seriously.
As they should.
The match that everyone is probably wondering about, and I think that adding Konosuke Takeshita adds a little different wrinkle to this. You have Will Ospreay defending the International Championship against Ricochet and Konosuke Takeshita. Probably 3 of your hardest workers in the company. This has become the workhorse championship, in my opinion.
I would agree with that sentiment, and it's for that reason I think Ricochet is going to walk out with his first championship.
Really? So you think Ricochet walks out with the gold here?
And to be very specific, I do not think Ospreay gets pinned, though. I think Ricochet finds a way to win while Ospreay stays safe.
Here's the thing. I'm pulling this
protected. Is that the right word? Protected?
Yeah. I feel like you could give this to Konosuke as well, because they kind of pulled back from him and Okada, but that might be because of the C2 coming up, the Continental Classic, if they're going to follow the same rules like they did last year.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with the sentiment. I mean, I think the bottom line is we're both agreeing that Will Ospreay's shoulders were not prepared to the mat.
Yeah, it's just how do you get to this and how do you pull this off? Honestly, any one of these 3 can win this. This is a tough call.
And I predict that this will be Will Ospreay's catapult to the World Championship.
I'm going to say give me Takeshita winning this. I just feel like you can give him something out of this, and he doesn't have to be the world champion after that, and he can kind of get into the workhorse spot. I feel like all 3 of these guys are going to end up in that Continental Classic picture.
Yeah, the safe bet is to say that Ospreay wins, but I'm going to go with Ricochet.
I'm going to the chat real quick. I missed some of their stuff here. Bet you Jack Perry don't want that real glass with Shibata. Nah, I'm pretty much going to promise you that. That headbutt sounded like a baseball bat, and the trickle of blood was scary. Yeah. Darby still head towards the main event? Not anymore. Darby did cut a great promo on Dynamite, though. I loved it. I thought that was one of his best promos he ever cut. Joel says, I'll be watching on Triller. I will as well. Triller is the spot to watch this. If
you haven't ordered, go to TrillerTV.com. They're pretty good over there. Awesome.
Yeah, I would highly, highly recommend that. McKinney says, I'm saying he sees color when it's time to Y'all jumping back into that. Hold on. Jared, no, the learning tree gimmick is a gimmick I don't particularly care for, Joe Compton says. I'm with you. Matt says Private Party is going to show out. I think is leading to the Golden Lovers beating the Bucks. Kenny Omega did say something about them.
You never know.
Bucks holding the belts till Japan and Omega. Oh, we do have that Japan Super Show coming up in a couple months too. I forgot about that.
Facts, which could indicate who might win on Saturday.
Right. Matt says this triple threat might be the AEW version of AJ, Daniels, and Joe. For those unfamiliar in TNA, great triple threat match, one of the all-time best. Some say.
TNA.
McKinney says Ospreay wins. Let me see here. E says WrestleDream looking kind of mid. I think it'll show up once it's time.
It'll be a good show. It's not double or nothing. It's not, all in, but it's going to be good.
The build hasn't been great, but we'll get there. And the match has gotten the most build. Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley, Sean.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Here comes the money.
Moxley did reference that he's not in control of this. So who's in control?
Ching, ching, bling, bling. Got the cheddar. You ain't talking money, then you ain't talking better. Let me tell you something, man.
Which way did he go? Which way did he go?
I'm going to go back in time, Conrad, and you accurately pointed it out. I said it was a bad idea. I still think it's a bad idea, but that doesn't mean they're not going to do it. I predict Jon Moxley will be the new world champion, and I predict that Shane McMahon will make his appearance as the big boss.
Ooh, he's got some different people who it could be. Josh Barnett or hacker Sami Callihan. Maybe. I mean, yeah, I feel you. We have a request for a $1 super chat.
Only if Conrad does the ad libs with the names. I'll do.
Go ahead.
All right. New world order.
W. The biggest icon in professional wrestling. Stevie Ray. Vincent. Curly Bill.
The Harris brothers.
That was so.
Joe, God bless you, man. I hope you enjoyed that.
Matt Lopez says, I don't think Brian's losing now. I think he holds that until World's End. Yeah, I mean, Brian loses,
but my thing is this, Emily. My thing is this, Conrad and chat. If Shane or whoever the big boss is debuts, wouldn't Mox have to win?
Maybe they're saving the big debut for World's End or something.
So you don't think anything happens?
I don't know if we get a reveal yet, or maybe there's
really you don't get a WrestleDream given the vibe that whoever it is coming.
Well, here's the thing: Moxley kind of has to win this, though, in my opinion.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't know if I don't see Danielson holding it until then. And can you hold off that long? WrestleDream's 2 or 3 pay-per-views away still.
Or
not WrestleDream, excuse me, World's End.
World's End. I'm asking you, don't you get the vibe that they're going to pay it off on Saturday?
I would hope so.
Right.
I hope so. So people are still thinking Sami Callihan. What about Ali? Ali would be a great addition to AEW, I think.
But Ali would be kind of like I love Ali, by the way. Let me start by saying that.
But not for this role, though. I don't think it fits.
What did I tell you, Conrad, about CM Punk being the mystery guy back when Adam Cole and MJF were feuding or together, whatever. This has to be at least a payoff. It has to be something that gets the world talking. There's another option. It's somebody that might be healing up right now and might be 100%. We don't know whether he is or not.
Adam Cole, baby.
Not Adam Cole, another Adam.
On this day.
What if he's the guy? He's a WWE guy. What if he's the guy? He's been off the scene for a little bit, and he's a great heel.
Right, and Christian might be involved, and Hook supposedly is going to call someone out. I think Christian and his people definitely did that, but that's just me talking.
But see, this is what I love about our show, bro. We can look at things from a different perspective. Obviously, Shane McMahon's the sexy pick, but like Edge,
and Shane's could all be publicity. Right. I know you guys think that it's like, oh, he's got to be, but maybe Shane's like, nah, WWE's talking now. Let's take another picture.
There you go.
More money.
There you go.
John says, I'm enjoying AEW more than WWE. John, good for you, brother. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Joel says, thank you for that. Mox did trademark Switchblade Conspiracy. Could be. He said it made him smile. Yeah, Moxley trademarked his tag team. Got me in the kitchen. Pop locking the NWOB team theme.
There you go.
Would it be World's End a better place to reveal if Brian's world is ending?
I like the play on words. I get it.
But it's also Brian's hometown he's in. No better place to crush someone, too.
Bye-bye.
T-Ferg says AEW is notorious for bad builds and great pay-per-views. Keep the McMahons away from AEW. No Swerve in his home state. I think Swerve shows up.
Swerve needs to be there.
So I think Swerve will be there. I think they're going to do something with Nana, and then Swerve's going to make the same. Swerve's going to be there. Okay. I think Swerve just asked for time off in his new contract, and Tony gave it to him. Sure. What movie is Mox quoting this week? I hope Danielson wins. I'm not feeling anything that's going on right now with the BCC.
It's a little bit clusterish. I agree.
Mox is beating Brian 2-0. Yeah, we still got the Yuta stuff in the background too. Adam Copeland has the big bad maybe
as the big boss maybe.
Yeah, would be a cool idea. Samoa Joe.
I think what he's saying is that Adam Copeland would be a good idea. Samoa Joe as the big boss.
I feel like he's going to reunite with Hook, though, to help Hook fight off whoever jumped his pops.
And again, Clown, shout out to you, but we need somebody. Okay, shout out to Samoa Joe, worthy of being world champion, one of the greatest to ever do it. But is he the guy that's a big reveal? Him being the big boss is going to be a big reveal. Like, that's going to shake the foundation of AEW.
That's the problem. Not a lot of shaking the foundation people anymore either.
Shane McMahon would.
Oh, for sure. Adjust his glass like an anime villain. I have arrived. Good evening, Lord Hub and Count Conrad. What's up, Ken?
Hey, what's up, man?
Fellow XG Dub member. You guys can get this pay-per-view. It's going to be on Triller this Saturday. I'll be watching. I don't know if there's going to be a review on our end here on EPW. Maybe. I don't know if I want to go super late. If not, if there's no review that gets put up, come back here. Me and Hub will probably review it just like we did Bad Blood earlier.
I am available Saturday night if you need me.
Okay. All right. I'm more worried about what I got to fill in for.
Right. Fair enough.
But we'll see what happens with it. And yeah, stay tuned. Just keep it locked with the channel. Subscribe. Hit that button. Sean, I didn't get your thoughts on this. WrestleVotes. AEW signed a new deal. We reported 150, but WrestleVote said it's 185, and we got an update on the article saying 185. Quick thoughts on AEW's new television deal.
It's good. It's good stuff. I mean, anytime a company of this magnitude gets a TV deal of this magnitude, if they're moving in the right direction, they just have to stay the course. I've always said it. I've said it before to you. I've said it to the chat. I've said it to the world on social media. Don't focus on what WWE's doing. Focus on what you're doing.
Yeah. And Matt clarified. He said, yes, Adam revealed as the mastermind would be a great idea. Could be. Shows his devious side. Gets him back to that rated R status. Versus
I've always said, I've always said Adam Copeland is a better heel than he is a babyface.
I like what you said, too, about them getting the deal. And then Fox, there was rumors AEW and Fox are talking about a new show that'll air either on Tuesday or Thursday. I know they don't get to pick the day they go on, but it's more money. Get you closer to that Billy that you wanted.
Network television is always a win. I don't care if let me tell you something. I don't care if it's channel 2. This is for people in the lower city area like me. I don't care if it's, you know what? Forget the numbers. I'll just say the network. I don't care if it's CBS, NBC, Fox, or WPIX. If you're on network television, you are winning.
And you're going to get more viewers than you normally would. So, big dub. Get ready to get on out of here. Don't forget, tomorrow, our review is going to be for Title Tuesday. Me and Derek will probably go live around 11:10. So, make sure that you are around. I know it's a different programming note, so make sure that you guys keep it locked if you want to talk some AEW. and we'll get Derek's picks for everything. I think Derek's going to do it from his crib, so we'll be separate tomorrow, but just like this, we'll come together and figure it out. And we got a question in the chat from Miss Queen. She says, what y'all think is going to happen with the OTC and Jimmy now that Jimmy is back?
I think Jimmy's already made his claim about who he's going to deal with. I think he's on Team Roman, and I think that he's going to be part of the coalition to recruit his brother.
Yeah. Oh, he says, what if Joe jumped Taz? That would be a turn that we wouldn't expect. Matt says, plus, I don't think Christian will win the world title due to Jay White. Jay White has beef with Hangman right now, too. I think that's going to be a match for the show. That should be a good one. And Matt says AEW's in the money. I think they're going to be profitable. I want AEW to get better at building their storylines and not turning things on the dime. Like Chris Statlander's a face now. She got rid of Stokely. Tell us why. Give us a short reason even why this happened.
Right.
Do a vignette. Put it on YouTube. Do something.
Do something, exactly.
Let's run down Monday Night Raw here tonight. We are going to have Sheamus versus Pete Dunne, because I hate that.
Don't call him that.
Don't call him Butch. That's what this feud is about. They're going to probably have themselves a good old-fashioned Donnybrook street fight tonight, I believe, right? That's the match?
Yeah. And by the way, that was the third match that I was alluding to earlier. I thought it was a third title match, but this is the other featured match of the evening.
Yeah, so they're going to definitely get that going. The match that I'm very interested in, New Day versus the Usos, always a good feud. This time is for the Intercontinental Championship. Jey Uso versus the kind of heelish Xavier Woods.
I've said it about 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,001. Jay getting that IC title on his resume is all that mattered to me. He deserved his moment in the sun. He got it. If he loses the title tomorrow, I don't care. But I will say I don't think him losing it tonight would be the best thing for business.
Not mad at it. Miss Queen, you're asking about the crown title. We actually talked about that a little bit before. I don't know how it's available on Twitch after, but if you want to come over onto the YouTube side of things, type in Everything Pro Wrestling. You can come subscribe to us, check us out, and you can go back and quickly. We're not feeling it.
As an act of kindness, we could just say we don't like it.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah,
not a fan. Raw is going to be 2 hours again. Yes, Raw is 2 hours tonight, and your main event for tonight,
the World Heavyweight Championship.
Gunther, Sami Zayn. Does Sami pull it off, Sean? Is there any hope in your mind? Like, what percentage does Goldberg help him? Does something crazy happen?
If Goldberg shows up, Goldberg will make it so that Sami's the new World Heavyweight Champion. If there is no Goldberg, Gunther will be victorious. I hope Gunther wins the match. I hope that Goldberg stays as far away from the ring as possible. I'll predict, because I know that's what you're looking for, I'll predict that Gunther retains, but if Goldberg comes out, all bets are off.
I'm going to take that as well. Cactus says Sami is losing. I agree.
Absolutely.
I'm putting the Discord in the chat. If anyone wants to talk pro wrestling in the Discord link, we've got you over here on Everything Pro Wrestling. I post my stuff, Hub stuff in there. Come on over. Come talk some wrestling. I posted some New Japan stuff, some CMLL, AAA. We got it all in there. Sean will take us out for this episode, and we'll let you guys get to Raw.
Appreciate you, man. A couple of quick programming notes. Just have it circled on your calendar. It's not right away, but coming up on Tuesday, October 29th, we will be doing a special edition of Clash of the Podcast. 28th, we will not be on because I will be out of town and just not in a place where I can get to a proper destination to give the show the proper attention that it needs with my brother Conrad. So we are going to be coming on here on Tuesday, October 29th, instead of Monday, October 28th, just for that 1 week only. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, we will be right back here, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time next week. Also, another little bit of a note, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, hwweekly.com to be exact. Make sure you guys check me out on Thursday night coming up this week. I'll be dropping an article. No podcast this time, but an article. I'm going to go into further detail about Jey Uso's Intercontinental Championship reign. I gave you guys a nice little video, which you showed me crazy love about when Jey won the title. I'm going to go into a little bit of, click-clack on the computer about my feelings about Jey Uso, my feelings about unfair practices in the world of professional wrestling, about people getting their just due. It'll be a pretty good read. I promise it'll be okay, Conrad. I'm not going to put us in jeopardy, but I'm going to throw some stuff out there. So make sure you check it out as I drop an article, probably around 7 o'clock Eastern time on hwweekly.com. Make sure you go to Conrad's channel, or this is Conrad's channel. Make sure you click subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you check out Conrad EPW, his store, his merchandise shop, exclusively on tpublic.com. And make sure you check out my merchandise shop at threadless.hwweekly.com. Once again, special edition of The Clash on 10/29. But right here next week, we'll be back. Same Clash of the Podcast time, same Clash of the Podcast channel. So on behalf of my tag team partner, my brother from another mother, Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. Make sure you're here tomorrow, special edition of EPW with Conrad and Derek. Tomorrow, not Wednesday, tomorrow. Okay, guys, so make you check it out. We're going to be ready to rock and roll once again. Conrad's here. I'm here. We'll see you next week, 6:05. Conrad, God bless you, my brother. Chat, God bless you. God bless. Be encouraged. Evil never prevails. Until next time, peace. And on that note, one more time, they're a team, Conrad. They're a team.